for a rematch of Super Bowl 40. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 25.
Well, to the locals, it's still and will always be Heinz Field. But for the rest of us, we're along the north shore of the Allegheny and Ohio rivers at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So glad y'all could join us for this game. Kate, Scott, and Brock here on the call for it, and we're expecting quite a bit of offensive gamesmanship, partner. Some veteran savvy out there. Both of our starting quarterbacks have spent quite a long time in this league, and they've got plenty of experience to show for it.
Yeah, I like the way you say that right there. Gamesmanship and veteran savvy. Father Time, he chases down these skill guys. It's a game that's getting younger and younger, right? Because, well, it's hard to be as fast as you've been when you were a rookie. But as a quarterback, you've got to use your years of experience. Both these guys have to play this game from the neck up and still play it at a high level.
Here's Jason Myers to get this one going. And we're off from Acrisure. This return starts at the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. And leading them out, someone playing at a high level over a decade after entering the league. He's got a Super Bowl to his name. It's Russell Wilson.
Kate, Russell Wilson's one of the NFL's most experienced quarterbacks. He's also one of the winningest quarterbacks, even with a couple bumps in the road in Denver. Remember, over that decade in Seattle with Pete Carroll and the Legion of Boom, there wasn't a quarterback that won more games in the history of the league over the first 10 years. 9 times to the Pro Bowl as well. Put a supporting cast around him, give him a run game and a defense, and Russell Wilson still knows very well how to play this game.
Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
From the gun, it's Wilson. It's caught. That's Calvin Austin. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Wilson now from the gun. He just throws this one away.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
On 4th down, the Steelers are going to turn to Cameron Johnston to punt this away. And the sunlight's not a problem for him. He looks up and makes the fair catch. So out come the Seahawks for their first offensive possession. They're led out by someone amidst their 2nd act as an NFL QB. He was a 2nd rounder back in 2013, Geno Smith.
When Geno Smith won Comeback Player of the Year, it was really hard to find another comp. You know, the NFL, we love to always compare and contrast guys from different eras or project them moving forward. But there just were not many stories like Geno Smith, who just waited and persevered a decade in the NFL before he flourished. But what came to life finally was just the arm strength, the accuracy, the playmaking ability that was there at West Virginia, and it just took some time and maybe a little love from Pete Carroll at that time to really elevate his confidence and elevate his game.
He was too far downfield at the time of the pass. Gotta stay within a yard of the line. That'll back him up. They go play action. Here's Smith. Taking his shot. Deep down the field it goes. His first throw is an interception. Minkah Fitzpatrick has got it. And the Steelers will take the interception back across midfield before they finally track him down. What a call for their first pass of the game. It would have been a big hitter if they completed it, Brock, but just not the right touch on that football, and it ends with an interception.
You could just tell these cover guys, they've been waiting for their first chance to go get some work done in this one. They did their homework, number one, and number two, Kate, as Russell Wilson loves to say, the separation was in the preparation.
The Steeler offense out and ready to go for their second drive. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening first down as they take the field a second time. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. They give to Harris from the gun. And they stop him after a good run that takes him down inside the 40. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Now Wilson on the play fake. Freiermuth there to bring it in. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
From the gun, they go with Harris. And he made the most of his running room on that one, getting it down to the 27. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
This is Harris on 2nd down. And he's able to get this down to the 13. Big gain, 14 on the play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Harris once more. Fights across for the touchdown. The Steelers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Najee Harris, the touchdown. He broke the tackle he needed to, Brock. And how about that effort then to keep it going and eventually reach that end zone?
Yeah, that's awesome on the offensive side. Defensively, not every missed tackle is the same. It may be on a stat sheet, but sometimes that help to finish a play isn't arriving quick enough, and you're the only one, the last line of defense. And in that moment, you got to scratch, you got to claw, you got to tear to make the stop, because a broken tackle, well, it can mean a touchdown.
Chris Boswell for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Seahawks taking the field for their second possession. And we only saw this group for one snap to start the game, Brock, so hopefully we get a longer look at them this time.
You know, Kate, in a lot of ways, it may even be easier to shake that first one off. They're barely on the field.
Yeah.
So it's really a second chance to write the opening series you wanted.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Running back sent in motion. Throwing on 3rd, Smith. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete, 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
4th down punt from the Seahawks, and that means we're going to see Michael Dixon head on to send it skyward. Signals for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 27. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And the Steelers will take over possession. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Trying again following the sack. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. That one goes for 31 yards and a 1st down when all is said and done.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Following that last play, want to keep that pedal down. 1st and 10 from the 45. Running behind center with Harris. And he'll get this forward, and he's stopped at the 37. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
2nd down here, another give to Harris. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
The Hawks dialing up the nickel D here, 3rd down. Staying on the ground with Harris. And again, they stall him out at the line. He couldn't get it.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Facing 4th down, the Steelers opting for the field goal. Chris Boswell out to do the honors. Ball on the left hash, the distance 53 yards. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And this one is center chains. Couldn't have hit that much better.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Has this at the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Seahawks offense running out now. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
This is Walker on 2nd. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Out of the gun, here's Smith. And the Steelers get home. They drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Well, I think they like to say in baseball, clear the mechanism, and that's what you got to do. You've got to let that play go and simply move on to the next. Hey, listen, rare is the game where pass protection ever is going to win 100% of the time, so move on to the next one.
Michael Dixon on the punt. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. Looking to return from the 29. And it ends up a good return for him, up past their own 40. He manages 13 on this punt return. And it's going to be their football coming up. Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set 1st and 10. Russ off the play fake. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Now running for the first time with Jalen Warren. He locates a couple of yards through that chaos. Devin Witherspoon there on the stop. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Throwing on 3rd, Wilson. Warren's got it, complete. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And that's out. We're just waiting for the spot. They're going to say it cleared the sideline over top the 14. The Seahawk offense ready to get going once again. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now Smith. Cut by Lockett. And he's brought down after a short gain.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 17. He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
So now here's 3rd and 5. From the gun, Smith. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. They get an even 10 on that play. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Taken in by Noah Fant. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
New set of downs for him from the 46. 1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. He finds Fant. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Hand off to Walker from the gun. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
New set of downs for him at the 38. It's Walker on the option. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Running with Walker again. He's got a gain of 6 there. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle. Pickup of 6, and now they've got 3rd and 7.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. They kick the running back in motion. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Opening frame of the game, and 2 times already, these defenders have got home for a home run sack. If they get their way, a lot more teammates are going to join them on the stat sheet with the takedown before this one ends.
Seahawks bringing out the punt team. Calvin Austin on the return for the Steelers. And he's had a very busy game already, Brock. 3rd time they've called on him as he gets this away. And he can't hurt you with the return if you just kick it out of bounds, right? This one flies out right around the 15-yard line. Now the offense getting set to go for the Steelers. And here in the first, already up to a 10-0 advantage. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They're carried by Harris here to start the drive. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Devin Witherspoon there on the stop. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Shotgun snap for Wilson. Austin's there to haul it in. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Tackle made by Ernest Jones.
Whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front and to give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
A 3rd down run with Harris. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
They're set up at the 35 now. Going to the ground again on 1st. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Here's 2nd and 7. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll get it up to the 44.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Wilson throwing, 3rd and 1. Caught by Freiermuth. And he's able to cross midfield before going out. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can come.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Ernest Jones with the pick. And the Seahawks will take over at the start of the next quarter. It's a big momentum swing on the final play of our opening quarter. It's a 10-0 ball game. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. About set for the 2nd quarter. Seahawks football here. They begin this drive already inside field goal range. Walker on 1st down. And he gets it down to the 13-yard line. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Shotgun snap to Smith. He brings it in. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Walker now from the gun. And they make a stop at the last minute. It's a gain down to the 1. This is going to go as a pickup of 4. 2nd and goal coming up.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Walker goes up and over for the touchdown. The Seahawks parlay the interception into points. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. Now it's Jason Myers on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Seahawks cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. Cordero Patterson now to return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Steelers and Najee Harris making their return to the field. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll start with a give to Harris. And he'll get it up to the 44. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. 1st down, here's Russ. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing again is Russ. Completed here to Pickens. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Wilson now from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. That one gains 7. And that's a Steelers 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Russ is cooking again. Throw complete to Williams. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Sticking in the air with Wilson. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Once more, it's Wilson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Some guys, you just have to account for them, especially middle linebackers. I remember Ray Lewis, Brian Urlacher, it just felt like their presence took up the entire field. And this linebacker today, well, he had the interception earlier, a sack right now. You've got to start figuring out a plan for him, or he will take over this game.
Cameron Johnston on to punt. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. The Seahawks are headed out, and we'll see Kenneth Walker. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Walker running to the right. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run. Sure showed off some mobility on that play. Got outside the pocket and easily found an open man.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Now an inside give to Walker. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. It's a gain of 4 there. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
They send the tight end in motion. 1st down, Smith to throw. Pressure's there, and the steel curtain closes on him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money and a lot of glamour in this league, but today, well, this is a tough day for this QB. He's taking a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly, he's got to start protecting himself.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. A give up the gut to Walker. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Cole Holcomb there on the stop.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Smith. On the move, headed right. He's running for it. It's a pickup of 11. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Handoff running left, Walker. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Toss play, this is Walker. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
Finds him over the middle. And he's stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. Jason Myers out there now to try and field goal for the Seahawks on 4th down. It's a 38-yard look here. Myers' kick is good. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Patterson now to return it. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Steelers back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First and 10 give to Harris. A lot of grass ahead. A pickup there of 33 yards. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
I love these inside runs. Don't get away from them. You never know. You think it's going to be a short little gain, and then boom, you get the right blocking, a possessed running back, and you get some serious yards on the table.
Wilson now, first and 10. Fits it through the middle. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's a Steelers first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
First down from the red zone. This finds Austin complete. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Russ now from the gun. Has it down close. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Trying to run in. Harris is in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers take a second-quarter lead. Najee Harris, the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Boswell to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Steelers break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Boswell on to send this away. Returning it from the 4. This return makes it up to the 25. Now Seattle all set to go here on offense. They'll look to knot up this game right now as they trail 17-10. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll run. First give to Zach Charbonnet. He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. That stop made by T.J. Watt. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Another carry for Charbonnet. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession, or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
A play fake. Now Smith to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Straight ahead with Charbonnet. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. MADDEN stopped by Alex Highsmith. Give him a 1-yard pickup there, but that's not going to help a ton. It's 3rd and 15. From the gun, Smith. That's caught for the 1st. Has a hole left, room to run. All the way, touchdown Seattle! The Seahawks can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
Myers to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Seahawks make it 17 all. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Steelers and this running back headed back out for a new series. And he has run roughshod over them in this opening half. Pretty sure this is the exact kind of start that he was hoping to have here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. From the gun, they go with Harris. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Rush coming for Wilson. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
The Steelers set to punt it. It'll be Cameron Johnston doing the honors. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And that fair catch corralled just beyond the 25-yard line. So no return on that punt. And it'll be Seahawks football. The Seattle offense eager to get back on the field. They have been automatic scoring in this quarter, and yet another opportunity to do so here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. The drive will start with a run by Charbonnet. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
It's the 2-minute warning now from Acrisure. The Seahawks in possession. 2nd and 3 now. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Looking to throw, Smith. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Steelers have it, headed the other way!
You know, Kate, defenders today are top. Don't just go get the sack. Go get the sack and the fumble. It's become an art form, making that strip sack, and that play was a masterpiece.
The home teams returning their offense and this running back to the field. And in a high-scoring game to this point, everyone anticipating, well, even more points as they take the field. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. Warren's got it, complete. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, well, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, a defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating 3rd and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Russ looking to throw. Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
Facing fourth down, the Steelers opting for the field goal. Chris Boswell out to do the honors. Definitely not an automatic here. This 41 yards away. Dicker connects there. And they've taken back the lead.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Now Boswell on to send this away. This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Seahawks are going to take over late in the half. And we're a shade away from 50 seconds to go in the half. That's enough time to put something together. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Smith. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to the air, it's Smith. That's caught. Here's Zach Charbonnet. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're 1st and 3. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. New set of downs for him at the 38. 1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. Connection made to Smith and Jigba. This is ahead for about 5. Minka Fitzpatrick in on the stop. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. And again, it's Smith. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Now the Seahawks are going to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Blitz coming for Smith. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. The Steelers calling their 1st timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. So another punt coming up. Michael Dixon back out there. Back deep, the speedy Calvin Austin. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. Officially a 55-yard launch. And the Steelers will take over possession. We'll see how they choose to use these final 22 seconds, Brock, of our first half. Wilson with it on first. He beams one deep right side. That's caught at the 25. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Sets him up nice and pretty at the 25 following that big play. First down, here's Russ. He's on the move. Stays upright. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Here comes Chris Boswell in the Steelers' field goal unit. It's a 38-yarder from the left hash. Dicker connects there. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Return starts from the goal line. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So we arrive at halftime here in Pittsburgh. The Steelers leading after 2. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. We got a fine first half out of the former Alabama man, Najee Harris. He's over 100 yards rushing for the game already and found the end zone twice as well. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far, and no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. He stopped on the return at the 27. So as we get set to begin the third quarter, it's the Seattle offense who's going to be out there first. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half too as they chase this lead. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Trying the left side with Charbonnet. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
2nd and 3. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. From the gun, Charbonnet gets it. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Second down now, 7 to go. Again, it's Charbonnet. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on third down. Throwing is Smith. Throwing deep for the end zone. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that leaves them with a decision to make on 4th and short.
Boy, take a look at that. Look at him locking down his area of the end zone. They could bring it in close enough to take shots, but there are no easy touchdowns.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. This offense running out for a new series, led by their running back. And I think we can agree the plan to keep him out of the end zone, it hasn't quite worked so well for this defense, at least not yet. He scored twice, really been the one his group can turn to for a spark or a big play when they've needed it. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Wilson on 1st and 10. Quick slant, that's Williams. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Going right side, Harris with it. And not a lot of space to work. He's brought down at the 45. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Wilson now from the gun. Got Williams, and it's complete. And this goes across midfield and into Seahawks territory. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Shotgun snap for Wilson. Rolling left. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a 1-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
They'll send out the punting unit. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And he'll bring in this fair catch at the 13. No return on that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. The Seahawk offense taking the field now. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Charbonnet now up the middle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's the kind of run that shows he's trying to take some stress off the passing game to provide big plays. What a great help to that side of an offense when the ground game can deliver chunk plays too. And
they've got themselves another 1st and 10. They run with Charbonnet. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Deshaun Elliott with that tackle.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They'll run now with Charbonnet. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. That stop made by T.J. Watt.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
3rd and just 2 to go. Out of the gun, a give to Charbonnet. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Calm, cool, collected from this offense. Love to see it. No tunnel vision on what down it was. Just focused on executing the play in front of them.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down, Smith to throw. Charbonnet with the catch. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Motioning the tight end now. On the counter, it's Charbonnet. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play, whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Smith. That one's caught along the left sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. On the give, here's Charbonnet. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the gun, Smith. Cut near the goal line. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a 1st and goal.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
And that's a pretty modest pickup for a QB keeper. On a traditional handoff, you'll take that yardage, but those QB keepers, so many times, they're really designed, Kate, for chunk plays in mind, double digits, and they nearly got it there.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Smith setting to throw. Getting out to... And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Seahawks put 6 on their side of the board. Geno Smith with a touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
That one splits the uprights. And the Seahawks take the lead on that successful kick. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Patterson now to return it. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. The Steeler offense set to get back on the field. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this third quarter. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Taking the handoff, now Wilson. And that one's behind him, that's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first, it's 2nd down. A handoff for Harris, running right. Brushes him off with ease. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Wilson to throw on 3rd and 2. It's caught, Warren. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, it looks like the 30. It's a gain of 4. And it'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Running behind center with Harris. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I don't know, Kate, I didn't think he had it, but that back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the 1st down. Pops up right away and signals 1st down.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Russ setting to throw. Hits him on the in route. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a Steelers 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Shotgun handoff to Warren. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Russ now from the gun. Completed over the middle. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. From the gun, it's Wilson. It's taken in by Williams. That's good for 7 yards. And it'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Now an inside handoff to Harris. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. Wilson looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the pressure drives them backwards.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Gotta forget about 1st down in a hurry. They need a chunk of yards here on 2nd and goal. A run here with Harris. And not much for him there. He's down to the 15-yard line. He got maybe a yard there, so a long 3rd and goal coming up.
Well, you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
Third and goal, Wilson. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers take a 3rd quarter lead. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while, but that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
The Steelers leaving their offense on the field. We got a 2-point conversion coming up. Wilson's throwing for it. Flush down out to his left. And he won't get away. They bring him down. The sack prevents them from adding another 2 more to that lead. Ooh, this is so tough, Brock. You understand what he was trying to do, make something happen, ended up outside the pocket, but even some added creativity can't yield 2 points here.
You get down here on these 2-point conversions, the real estate just gets gobbled up in a hurry. Not only for the QB, but the receivers as well. Only so much time to try to make something work before that defender said, "Not in my house."
Now Boswell on to send this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. The Seahawks back on offense, led out by Geno Smith. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Smith on 1st down. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Back to the air. It's Smith. Gets this one to Charbonnet. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Smith on 3rd and long. Escapes out to the left. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And nothing doing on that run. Defenders bottle it up quickly.
Look at the quarterback's eyes. He's looking. He's trying to find a lane of some kind, but there was nowhere to go. And he was lucky to get back to the line before that defense closed in.
Punting unit out now. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. That punt goes 63 yards. Man, it'll be their football. The Steelers' offense headed out. They've certainly had no issue scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Russ off the play fake. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's going to keep it this time. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Leonard Williams applying the hit there.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Harris gets it on the counter. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. They motion the tight end over. Throwing on 3rd, Wilson. Forced out to his right. He's running for it. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a Steelers 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
1st down, here's Russ. Finds his man, it's Van Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's the Steelers with the ball. They're leading, but not by a lot. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This finds Austin complete. And they make the stop. We're going to say at about the 37-yard line.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
This is Harris on 2nd down. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a 1st down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. On play action now, Wilson. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
That's a very quick trigger, and the hurried throw was much tougher to complete. He may have rushed that one thinking the pressure was just about to get to him in the pocket.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. From the gun, they go with Harris. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. From the red zone now. That's going to be caught by Washington. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Wilson now from the gun. This one's caught. And he drives this forward to the 6.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
A give left side. Here's Harris. And he pushed for it, but they managed to stop him at the 2. 3 yards on the run. It's going to be 3rd and goal.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
They'll run with Harris. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just a 1-yard pickup there. Now a call to make on 4th and goal from the 1.
This front, well, they've done a good job bending and not breaking. 1st down, didn't score. 2nd down, didn't score. And now 3rd and goal, can't find the end zone either.
So here's Chris Boswell in a high-pressure spot. It's a chip shot, this one, straight ahead. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a 1-score ball game.
Kate, it's 3 more on the scoreboard, but both sides really know it's all about one possession here in the 4th quarter when it really matters.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Now outruns their offense to take over. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They go play action. Here's Smith. Escapes the pocket. He tucks it and takes off. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
That's just the case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Running back sent in motion. Oh no, he lost control of another one. Steelers have it, headed the other way.
I'll tell you, Kate, by now, I think it's as much between the ears problem as it is anything technical ball security problem. After 3 fumbles in a game, he's got to get his head on right there on the sidelines before they will ever trust him to hang on the ball again.
This offense headed out as we get a look at their running back. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now a run with Harris. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers have a commanding 14-point lead now in the 4th. Najee Harris, the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating.
Look at you.
And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
Boswell to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Steelers lead by 15 now. Now Boswell on to send this away. Return coming from the 6. Man, he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Seahawks headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And there's a couple of moments we're seeing here that I think he's not going to want to be reminded of after this game. Turnovers have just interrupted his performance in this one. Made it really tough for him and this team to get into and stay in any kind of rhythm. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. Connects with Fant. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
They kick the running back in motion. 1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. Pass complete to Walker. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap to Smith. Gets this to Fant. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
We always hear about a tight end as a quarterback's best friend. That play is so indicative of it, Kate. You love a big target, and you know if you could hit him in stride, he's got a chance to get some big yards after the catch.
Big play sets him up pretty here with 1st and goal from the 5. Smith in the pistol. And this is caught. It's a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks can make it a 1-score game as they trim the lead. Tyler Lockett the touchdown. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Now a point after to bring it back within 1 score. The kick is good, and they've moved back within a possession in the 4th. right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Patterson now to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Warren quick on the draw. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Absolutely no fear in his game. Even one of the smaller defenders out there, he isn't afraid to go charging into all those linemen and dish out some physical play himself to make that stop.
Shotgun snap for Wilson. Throw complete to Warren. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is the completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers. That time, a running back in the flat.
To the air, 3rd and long. He's on the move. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
On now comes their punter. And he'll try to hit this one well. And the sunlight's not a problem for him. He looks up and makes the fair catch. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they're going to take over possession. The Seahawk offense ready to get going once again. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air. So expect some tighter coverage this time around. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. 1st down, Smith to throw. Charbonnet with the catch. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. A give up the gut to Walker. And this one does not go far. Just 1 yard on the play, and they're left with a long 3rd and 12. From the gun, Smith. And the Steelers get home. They drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Seahawks bringing out the punt team. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And the Steelers have a short field in front of them as they take over. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Russ now from the gun. Caught by Freiermuth. And they make the stop. We're going to say at about the 37-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Here's a give to Harris. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on a 3rd and short.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Staying on the ground with Harris. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
They'll come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Has it at the 7. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. Trying to run in, Harris. And he pushed for it, but they managed to stop him at the 2. Give him a couple on the run, and it's now 2nd and goal.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. Russ is going to cook here. Rolling left, buying some time. And they will score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. Russell Wilson with the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist, and you got to be an artist that can create when things break down, and that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Steelers lead by 15 now. Now Boswell on to send this away. Has this at the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Seahawks offense running out now. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Finds Smith and Jigba. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
This really isn't a route designed for a lot of yards, Kate. You're just trying to get a small handful and move on to the next down. Stay in rhythm. But anytime you can work some magic after the catch and stretch it out, well, those are welcome bonus yards.
1st and 10 from the 41. Now Smith. Escapes the pocket. Now he takes it. Oh, stiff arm. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a first down, that's a big bonus for the quarterback.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Smith setting the throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Working quickly here. From the 38. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
Flushed out of the pocket. Took off with it again. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
As much as you'd like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
Smith on first down. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! The Seahawks can make it a one-score game as they trim the lead. Jackson Smith-Njigba with a touchdown. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
The kick is good, and they've moved back within a possession in the fourth. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Kickoff taken at the 3. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. The Steelers to Najee Harris making their return to the field. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. Ball at the 33 for first down. A carry by Harris here to start the drive. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Steelers leading by 8. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Harris once more. And solid running there gets him forward to the 39-yard line. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. Third and 4 coming up now. Looking to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down, and nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
A tight end in motion now. 1st and 10, give to Harris. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Now Seattle going to call it second timeout, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Running behind center with Harris. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. The defense takes its third and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Third and a lone yard coming up. Setting up to pass. It's caught, Warren. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. He's down to a knee, and the Steelers getting ready to celebrate this victory.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
After one final kneel down, partner, and this should do it. So make a check in the win column for the Steelers. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? Or both.
All of us.
Yeah,
all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.